Hello, third graders. It's Miss Hammis. Today, we are going to take a look at another multi-digit subtraction problem. So let's take a look at the place values we have. Well, first off, when we are subtracting, we know that this number that we are going to take away from is called our minuend. And the amount we are taking away is called the subtrahend. And our final answer, when we take away these two parts, will be called the difference between the two numbers. Excellent. Now I see in my minuend hundreds, tens, and ones. Let's label those. And in my subtrahend, do I have any hundreds? No, just tens. T for tens and ones. How many ones do I have? 4. There's O for ones. All right, so before we subtract and use some strategies for subtraction of multi-digit numbers, let's estimate. Let's make an estimate. So if I have 332, let me round. Let me make this an easier number to work with. So I'm going to look at the 32 and pull up my hundreds chart. Here is 32. Is 32 closer to 1? Is it closer to 50 or is it closer to 100? There's 32. I'm thinking it's closest to 50. So let's say 350, we're rounding, estimating. And then we're going to take away the subtrahend, 44. Okay, here's 44. Am I closer to 150 or 100? I'm closest to 50. So since we're rounding and figuring out about what our answer might be, we'll say minus 50. 50 is an easier number to work with than 44. So 350 minus 50 is 300. So I'm guessing my answer will be around 300. That's my estimate. Let's solve it now. Okay, so let's break down these large numbers. One strategy could be using the base 10 blocks. Let's see, how many hundreds will I use? 3. How many tens are in my minuend? 3 tens, which represents a value of 30. How many ones are in my minuend? 2 ones. How do we represent those? 2 little squares. Okay. Now we are supposed to be taking away 44. So I'm ready to take away my ones. 1, 2. Wait, I'm supposed to be taking away 4 ones. 1, 2. Where can I get those other ones from? Oh, well, isn't a tens rod just made up of 10 ones? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well, then maybe I can just cross out some of those ones. So I had to eliminate that tens rod and break it into ones to get how many ones? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so now I've got my 4 ones. What about my tens? I have to take away how many tens? 4 tens. Ooh, well, remember that's not a tens anymore. That's been broken into ones. So how many tens do I have to work with? I need 4 tens. I have 1 10, 2 tens. Where can I get those other tens from? I'm going to have to go next door and break apart that hundreds block to get some more tens. Alrighty, so keep in mind that if we did not have enough ones, we went to a tens and broke it down into ones. If we didn't have enough tens, we didn't have 4 tens, so we had to go next door to 100 and break it down into tens in order to be able to take away 4 tens. Now, this can get a little bit complicated, so let's learn a strategy called the standard algorithm for subtraction. We used it on a simpler problem earlier, but now that we've got hundreds, it's a little bit trickier. So, let's write our number, stacking it according to place value. 332 minus, I'm taking away, how much? 44. 4 hundreds? No. 4 tens. And how many ones? 4 ones. Excellent. Okay, now remember when I'm doing place value, for me, I like to make sure that my columns are clear for ones, tens, and hundreds. Okay, here are my ones, tens, and hundreds. I am ready to subtract my subtrahend from my minuend. So we always start in the right column with the ones. 2 minus 4. We can't do that. 2 minus 4. We only have 2. How can we give away 4? We need to go next door and take some more. Just like we did up here, we didn't have enough ones, so we had to cross out the tens. And then we were able to break it up into ones. So let's go next door and cross out a 10. So that now we only have 2 tens, but now we broke up that 10, so we can add 10 more over here. So instead of 2, what's 2 plus 10? We're adding a 10, so 2 plus 10 is 12. Can I do 12? Take away 4? Yes. Okay, let's move on to our tens column. We had 1 digit there. Perfect. 2, take away 4. 2, take away 4? That's not possible. I'm going to have to borrow some and go next door. Remember, we're in our tens column. I was supposed to have 3 tens, take away 4 tens. Well, I only had, remember, in our base 10 blocks, I only had 2 tens, and I had to take away 4. How is that possible? I'm going to have to jump next door, jump from the tens to the hundreds, and break down 100. Break down 100. If we had 300, 1, 2, 3, but we took away 1 to break it down, how many hundreds do we have left? 2. 1, 2. Okay, so now we can take those hundreds over and regroup. So instead of having 2, we add 10 plus 2, which is 12. Okay, we added 10 more next door, so 2 plus 10 is 12. 12, take away 4 is 8. Excellent work. Now we have completed our tens column. Let's look at our hundreds. 2. Remember, we only have 2 left because we had to go next door and borrow. So we only have 2 hundreds now. So 200 minus nothing is 200. Excellent work. Now, is there a way, because I know we had to go next door and borrow, get 10 more, and then we could add 10. Is there a way to check our work? Yes, there is. To check our work. So if we had 332 take away 44, and then we got 288, we found our difference to be 288. Well, if I had 288 and I added back 44, what should I get? So if I had 332, take away 44, and then I had 288, well, if I combine that 288 with the 44, shouldn't I get 332? Let's try. We can use addition to check our work. So 288, let's try it, plus 44. Okay, let's see if we add these two numbers, will we get our minuend that we started with? 8 plus 4 is 12. Oops, Miss Hammis, remember you can't have two digits there. Remember, we're only dealing with the ones column. So I'm going to have to regroup and put my 1 over here to show I'm adding a 10. So 8 plus 4 was 12, but remember we can only have one value here. So we kept our 1s and we regrouped our 10s into the 10s column. What's 1 plus 8 plus 4? 13. Oh, Miss Hammis, you can't have two values there. I need to regroup and move a 10s over next door so that I only have my 1s. So I took away my 1 and I'm going to add it here to show that 13. Take away the 10 in 13, I'm left with 3 1s and I moved my 10 next door. 1 plus 2 is 3. 332. Is this the same number as my minuend? It sure is. So we learned that if I got the correct difference, if I did my borrowing and regrouping properly, then I would have been able to add my final to the part that I lost to get my starting number. So we added the final to the part that we lost, and we did get our final number. Excellent work. Was our final number pretty close to our estimate? Remember, our estimate was 300. We said, let's make 332 a simpler number, 350. Let's make 44 a simpler number, 50. 350, take away 50 was 300. And that's pretty close to 288, to our final sum. So excellent work. Our estimate was pretty spot on. We were only a 10 and a 1 away. Good. Okay, so excellent job learning a strategy. Well, 2 strategies if you count the base 10 blocks. And then we learned a strategy that's called the standard algorithm. And then finally, we checked our work. And we found that yes, when we add our difference to check it to the part that we took away, we had the number that we started out with. That's a good pattern to know. Okay, so great job going next door and regrouping when we didn't have enough. We had to cross out a 10 and 100 and break them down, but we ended up getting enough 1s and enough 10s to be able to take away. Great job.